In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can beat a bully of a boss the spiritual way. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Pigden from LoveMondaysNow.com and welcome to my free bonus coaching video all about how to beat a bully of a boss the spiritual way. Now, just to start out with, to let you know, I haven't been involved in being bullied myself when I was younger or in the workforce. However, I did have a bully boss, and today I'm going to give you some tips and insights and share my story on exactly what I did to make sure my boss didn't bully me. And I also include a scenario of someone in that team who was bullied and what happened to her from the differences of what I did differently and what she did differently. We had two extremely different outcomes, but we worked for the same boss who was a bully. So have you ever worked for a manager or a boss, business owner, or someone who you needed to monitor what their mood was like? For example, did you have to look up from your desk every time that he or she walked into the office to check if they were in a good mood or a bad mood? Yeah? Well, I experienced this in my IT career once as well, who I had a boss and she would come in the door and everyone in my team would look to see that she was coming to evaluate if she was in a good mood. They would carry on being in a good mood themselves and be happy and energetic and chatty in the office. Or two, if she came through that door looking furious as she did, maybe some swearing as well, they had a completely different response. They would get quiet, they'd look down at the desk, they're like, oh my goodness, let's not interrupt her, she's in a bad mood. Now, it doesn't just go for bullying, this story and these tips I'm sharing in today's video. It goes beyond that. It's somebody else's mood and they're inflicting their mood onto you. Now, if there needs to be compassion when if there's a death or they're sick or unwell and something's wrong with them, we can't expect everyone to be perfectly uplifted each and every day they come to work. But this I'm sharing with you as a story of someone who is really moody, like 1 minute they're up and the next they're down, and they can then put their energies onto you, and you need to learn to be able to conduct yourself and choose different actions and ways of thinking to make sure their moods don't enforce yours to be up and down as well, because then you're out of control and then you don't like it and it's no good. And if you've been in this situation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, what happened where this woman that I worked for, she had a really, really nice side, as everyone does, and then she had this bullying side. She loved to hire women in her team, but she liked to be friendly, matey, but then on the flip side, she would turn on this bullying. Here are my tips. This is what I started to do differently. I made sure always, first and foremost, your work needs to be spot on. You have to be doing your best work so that doesn't get in the way of any circumstances. You're trying your best. You're on top of everything that you need to be doing. You're clear on what you need to do. Okay, then everyone else in the office, when the bully of the boss would be showing her power of don't talk, I'm going to step on you if you even say anything or you ask me a question, they would go silent, but not me. So I was there in the office and I had a lot of client calls and relationship development and so forth that I needed to do for my job. So I would be there and I'd be normal. I'd just be my happy, chatty little self and ring up, make my phone calls, and do my work. And I would look at my colleagues and I'm like, Jacqueline, what are you doing? Like, shh. You can't behave like that when the boss is like that. And my thoughts were, yeah, I can. Why wouldn't I? I'm here to do a job and I'm happy to do it. And I like to do it in this state. And she chooses her emotions and her moods and how she wants to present herself at work. And that's fine. That's her choice. But she's not bringing that into my environment. So that's one thing I did. Another thing I would do is, in the comparison to my colleagues, was that when my boss was in a bad mood, no one would approach her, even if they had a very critical question to ask to ensure their project would be delivered on time. If she was making it quite clear, do not come and speak with me because I'm in a bad mood, they didn't. But not me. Get my work, I'd walk over to her desk. Every part of the communication she's giving me is like, do not even think about coming to me and asking me a question. But I thought I need to, otherwise I'm going to be at risk of delaying my project. So I'd go there and I'd stand and she'd see me and I'd just wait until she finished what she was doing. And then she wouldn't even look at me. When she's in good mood, she'd always look at me, welcome, yeah, what can I do for you, nice as pie, but not in this bullying type mode. So she's like, yes. And I asked the question, I got the answer, and I went, thank you, and off I walked away. So she didn't like this too much, and bullies don't, but it's showing that I'm not scared of you. You can conduct yourself that way, and I'm not afraid to come here and do my work. If you've got a problem with it, raise it, but I'm going to carry on. So she knew that she couldn't get to me. Anyway, time came where we had this huge multi-million-dollar project coming on board with a new project manager. And that project manager needed 2 permanent employees on the project. So they interviewed lots of people and they got feedback on who they thought they would like to give this opportunity and this promotion to. So anyway, as it turned out, I was one of those lucky 2 people that had that opportunity. Now, my bully of a boss, I knew she couldn't hold me back, and I did see her in negotiations with that manager, and she didn't look very happy. But I got the opportunity, I got the promotion, and I moved on. A few months later, after I transitioned, one of my old teammates came up to me. Let's just call her Sharon for confidentiality reasons. Sharon said to me, she said, Jacqueline, something happened this morning. Old boss took me out for breakfast, and she told me that I too had the opportunity that you had on the new project. And I said, really? And she was, yeah. And I said, and what did you say? She said nothing. The boss said, I couldn't let you go because you're too valuable to me. And that was a major problem. She said, how did you do that? How did you prevent this bully of a boss holding you back? And so I demonstrated to her all the different things that I did. With her and I, there was hardly any different. We were very similar age and we were experienced. We were in that team together, and she was great at her work, and she had that opportunity, and I was the one who was offered it, and she was the one who had someone stand in her way to hold her back from getting it. And so this was a very sad day, and I then helped her and coached her to be so much more assertive and do ways to make sure that no one else could step in her way, and demonstrated all the things that I had done. And so she proceeded to do that in future. So bullying is a big problem. Being assertive, standing up to people, you just can't show fear. They're just another person with a lot of insecurities themselves. You can study up more about this, but I just wanted to share this story with you because we need to help ourselves if we're in this situation to get out of it, so we can go and do great things in the world that we deserve to have, and also if we see anyone else in the workplace. So after I'd gone through this experience, I quickly highlight if I see anyone else being bullied, and I go and offer a helping hand to make sure that they can be empowered to get out of that situation that they find themselves in. And it's not always a quick fix either. Sometimes these problems can be from when they were very young, so it's not an overnight fix, but we need to help these people and let those bullies know that, hang on, that's not on. So I hope you've enjoyed my video today on how to beat a bully at their own game, the spiritual way, which is using everything from within you that you're in control of. Be nice, be assertive, and stand up and don't be in fear. So please share this with your friends. If you've got any comments for me, write a comment below. I would love to hear from you and any situations you've been in or any insights you can share with us and the community here at lovemondaysnow.com. So next, please stay tuned. I've got a special video coming up for you, and that will be in just a few days. So I'm Jacqueline Pigden from Love Mondays Now, and until then, I hope you have a fantastic day.